what is my dream? Just be recognized and be a good person.
Welcome back to Sueños y Sol. Today we're interviewing Victor Cebrero, musician based out of Omaha, Nebraska. This is episode 2.
So, to start off, my name is Victor. I like to say I do a little bit of everything. Primarily, I'm a father. I'm a partner, and I am a musician, and I also am a worker. Well, my dad's a musician, so I was around it the whole time. In the house, siempre había music all the time. For anything we were doing, there was music involved. Ya sea los regaños de mi mamá que nos limpiara, she always had Rocío Dúrcal playing in the back, Jenny Rivera, and all that's good stuff. Ana Gabriel ni se diga. Mi papá, por otro lado, también. He's primarily a singer. Possibly the best singer I've ever met. Not because he's my dad. Like, that man can sing. He never forced me into it. That's something that I do gotta recognize. It's pretty cool. He was always like, "You want to come to practice with me?" Pero a veces sí, mi mamá le decía, "Llévatelo, porque se va a andar en la calle." Me llevaba a los ensayos y yo solito empecé a aprender. Like, some of my uncles used to play with him, and they would be like, "Oh, this is how you play this song," but they never like formally taught me. So I was always around it, just picked up on it. It's something that I always loved. Mi abuelita, she played in a very well-recognized band back in Guerrero, which is where I'm from. The band was called Grupo Caribe. She was the first, one of the first singers they had. But she stopped early on because she had my dad, and she became a wife, became a mom. And I was born there. Me trajeron at 3 years old. I got here at 3 years old, and ever since I've been here in the States. We actually were going to have a pretty good life in Mexico, to the standards and the economy over there. Mi papá era maestro en México. Él ya estaba about to be el director de una escuela and all that stuff, right? Which is it's held up high up here in los pueblitos allá. But he said that he realized, he's like, damn, I have 2 kids now. Well, 3 with my brother, but he living at home with him, it was just us 2. He was like, damn, I have 2 of these children, and I'm not gonna make it for a long time. I don't know if I will be able to hold out. So he decided to come to the U.S. and he said he was gonna stay in Kansas, but then the opportunity to come to Omaha came, and that's what he took. And thanks to that, I am the man that I am now. I only remember, pues, la casa de mi abuelita. Obviously, everybody remembers their grandma's house. That's where I grew up, in la casa de mi abuelita materna, my mom's mom. And all I remember is how to get to the corner store and back. Me acuerdo back then, with 1 peso, you could buy this little crappy plastic car, military cars to be exact. Un carrito de plástico, centazos. And that was fun. And then it wasn't until they brought me here that I knew, oh, there's more to it than just these little cars. Since I am a DACA recipient, I have to get a permit to go there. I still haven't gone. Kind of right when I decided to go, all this stuff is happening with immigration. Yeah. And it's just like, oh my God, there's so much impotence. You can't really do a lot, It's like a constant conflict with myself. Like, yes, I'm lucky that I have ability to work legally. I have ability to do basically anything a citizen or a resident can do. But I've always had the dream of traveling the world. And that's something I can't do. I can only go to my home country. And if they allow me to. So I feel like I'm in this big classroom, and if the teacher decides to let me go to my house, I can go. But I feel privileged at the same time. I'm privileged to be where I'm at in life, the ability to choose, to have the freedom to choose.
I asked him to describe what DACA felt like in 1 phrase.
Temporary security. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but as of right now, most of us feel safe. Like, apparently we're not being targeted, but at the same time, it's like we're being held in this bubble to see what they do with us or what's going to happen to us. The conflict part comes where sometimes I like to say I'm too American for actual Mexicans. You could say actual Mexicans, people that are born and raised over there. Towards me being too Mexican for Americans. So I'm like, so se podría decir que soy un pocho. Soy pocho.
I wanted to know when the official start was, when he knew he wanted to make this a career.
A los 10 años. Con mi papá tocábamos en un grupo que se llamaba Combinación, formado por un señor de Chihuahua. His name was Don Martin. He recently passed away. I could say that he was like a grandpa figure for me in music because that's where I started. Actually, a lot of local musicians started there. Like Choche, I'm pretty sure you know Choche. Mm-hmm. Choche was one of the first drummers there. He started there. And shout out to my boy Choche. Yeah, just that's where I started, Grupo Combinación with my dad. And then from there, I left for college. And then I came back and joined a grupo from Sioux City que se llamaba Supremos de Linares. Y de ahí, I come back to Omaha y I joined La Clave 402 with Hamai. Then I took a break from it, left to Texas, lived there for a little bit, came back, and then I joined Los Gallos Jugados with the Partida brothers. Which, that honestly, if I'm being honest, that was one of the most fun grupos I ever had. It was so fun. We were all around the same age, so ya te imaginarás. Yeah. And now I'm with Los Nobles, which now we are Ray Bustamante, apoyando a mi compa Ray. It's fun. Ya llevo como 3-4 años con ellos, and I've just me acoplado. We've grown together. Every weekend I'm out there playing at someone's house, at a club, at a big event, small event, you name it. I'm out there. I prefer to play at a house than at a nightclub. 1,000 times. I love playing at people's houses because you're welcoming me to your kingdom, your safe space. It's like it's a privilege. I also help out other bands. Fui a tocar in Des Moines con mi compa Rosendo Robles. Went to help him out. This was like 3 years back. I think so. I don't know if you knew who Celso Piña was. So Celso Piña was a legend in La Cumbia Mexicana. So like 2 weeks before Celso Piña passed away, we had opened with him with Rosendo in Des Moines at a Latino festival. And got to see him live and everything. And I was like, damn, that dude's a beast. Like you can see the experience in an artist when you see them live. And 2 weeks after that, he passes away, and I'm like, oh, I just saw this man. I had him right where you're at. I saw him there. And it's just, I'm like, damn, we can be here a moment and then leave. So why not live that moment to the fullest, you know? I'm recording a small EP, support. I'll see where that goes. If that goes somewhere, cool. If it doesn't go anywhere, cool. A ver que si les gusta como canto or my style, I could say. I have my full-time job. I do construction. Okay. And go home, jam out a little bit here and there, and then spend the rest of the time with my baby girl and my wife.
No dream comes without obstacles. I wanted to know what those moments of uncertainty were for him.
Of course, yes, there's been a few. The first one was during COVID. I was like, damn, what am I gonna do? This is my second income. You started focusing on other things, but then somehow it was always in the background. I think I played more during COVID than I should have. And I was playing gigs on Wednesday, Thursdays, Friday, Saturdays, ni se diga. I was out there just getting COVID.
I asked him to share a piece of advice for someone chasing el mismo sueño.
Practice makes perfect. Do the boring stuff. I know it's easy to do the fun stuff, but the boring stuff is what will make you better and make you more professional. There might be more advanced musicians, not necessarily better than you. It's just people that did the boring stuff to get to the fun stuff. If you feel like you're lacking something, that means you're not paying attention to your strengths. Everybody has, like, for example, me drumming. This other drummer could have faster hands than me. Might have faster hands than me. Cool. That's his style. I have my style, which is grooves. I like to groove. I like to mix whatever I hear on the radio with what I play live. You can't really compare yourself. If you can start comparing yourself, you're gonna break your little heart. Yo miraba músicos digamos, de Chicago, de California, and I'd be like, damn, like, they got this going on out there, and I'm in Omaha, we're limited. But then I started realizing that I'm like, dude, the limits are in your head. Like, I could easily travel out there and find work. I could go to Chicago and find work. You just gotta overcome it. Get out of your head. You set your own limits. Recently hit a new stage where I'm like, I like it, but it's tiring sometimes. And just being constantly in it gets you tired. It's okay. I've learned that it's okay to take a break.
We're all shaped by the people and experiences around us. I wanted to know who or what had the biggest impact on Victor.
Most influential. I could define very few people there, but I would have to say my best friend. We lived through thick and thin with him. He always uplifted me. Y también he's kept it real with me. We're like, dude, you're la estás regando. But at the same time, he's always told me, bro, just live it. It's your life. La religión no fue algo muy enforzado en mi familia. Sí fuimos a catecismo. We did all the stuff like any Catholic family does. But they never forced religion or politics into us. Nunca fueron. Mi papá fue muy. He's a very conservative man, but at the same time, he stands in the middle to the point where he's like, "You're gonna do your life, dude. You decide how you want to do it. Te voy a aconsejar, but at the end of the day, it's your life." I was vegan for 6 months, and my mom was like, "¿Qué vas a comer?" Tell me why this lady was making all my favorite foods for those 6 months. That's why I follow like healthy Mexican cooking, because I'm like, mira, no estoy dispuesto a hacer una dieta del total, pero sí voy a comer limpio based on my culture. I love food. And then pues mi mamá se la rifa en la cocina, you know. I think that's something I took from her. Had fights with that lady porque ha hecho y no me invita a comer. Y le dejo de hablar. She's like, ¿por qué no me has hablado? Me enteré que hiciste flautas. Now she remembers. She's like, every time she makes it, she's like, mijo, no quieres venir a comer. And I'm like, I'm already there. Nunca he sido like the son to be going over and over and over, but whenever I do, I take 5 Tupperwares of food home.
I asked about the moments and accomplishments that meant the most.
Playing at the Holland Center. It's not anything crazy compared to, like, let's say Mana playing in Chicago or something like that. But on a personal level, playing at the Holland Center, I saw a lot of symphonies there. I saw a lot of artists there growing up. And I always said, I hope I can play here one day. I want to play here one day. And I've played in pretty big stages. Me ha tocado to help out bands that I'm just like, damn, I'm really here. But the Holland Center has this personal feeling that it's like I healed my inner child that wanted to play there. Inaugurating an event is so cool. Like, on so many degrees, you could play in Madison Square Garden, but when it's something that's so close and so personal, it just changes the whole aspect of it. Mi nombre es Víctor Cebrero y mi sol ha sido ser reconocido por las personas en mi comunidad. Y recuerden que el sol siempre sale para todos. Por muy grande o pequeño que sea tu sueño, siempre va a haber iluminación del sol para guiarte en tu travesía.